Welcome to Master English Stories. Here we bring you the true stories of great people who changed the world. Stories of courage, wisdom, and destiny. Every tale here is more than just history. It's a journey through time, showing how one person's vision can shape the future. So sit back, open your mind, and let's travel together into the world of heroes, legends, and dreamers. In the land of cold winds, endless skies, and wild mountains, a boy was born to a struggling tribe. He had no power, no wealth, and no friends, but inside him burned a fire that no storm could ever kill. This boy would rise from the ashes of betrayal and pain, and his name would one day echo across the entire world. This is the true story of Genghis Khan, the man who turned suffering into strength and dreams into destiny. Long, long ago, in the cold and wild lands of Mongolia, a child was born under the endless blue sky. His name was Temujin. He was born around the year 1162, near the Onon River. Nobody knew that this small boy would one day change the world. He would become known as Genghis Khan, the man who united the Mongol tribes and built one of the largest empires in human history. Temujin's childhood was not easy. His father, Yasuge, was a respected tribal leader. But when Temujin was only 9 years old, his father was poisoned by enemies. After his father's death, Temujin's tribe abandoned his family. They were left alone in the harsh wilderness, without food, without protection, and without friends. Temujin, his mother, and his brothers had to fight every day just to stay alive. Life was cruel, but it made him strong. The boy learned to hunt, to ride, and to survive. He learned how to trust nobody except himself and his destiny. In those lonely mountains, Temujin built a heart of steel. He understood that life respected only the brave. This pain became his teacher, and hardship became his friend. When Temujin grew older, he decided to rebuild what was lost. He started visiting other tribes, talking to their leaders, and making alliances. He was smart, calm, and fearless. People began to notice something different about him. He was not like other Mongol warriors who only cared about fighting. Temujin had a vision to unite all Mongol tribes under one banner, to stop endless wars among brothers, and to make his people strong again. But the road was not easy. Many tribes saw him as a threat. He was captured, imprisoned, and even chained like a slave. Yet he never gave up. One night, with the help of a kind god, Temujin escaped from captivity. That moment changed everything. He swore to never be a prisoner again, not of people, not of fear, and not of destiny. Years passed, and Temujin gathered loyal followers from different tribes. He treated them with fairness and respect. He promoted men by skill, not by family. This was new in Mongol culture. For the first time, every man had a chance to rise through courage, not blood. His army grew quickly. People began to call him Khan, a leader. Temujin was not just a warrior, he was a thinker. He created a law called the Yasa. It taught discipline, loyalty, and unity. Under this law, stealing, lying, and betrayal were punished severely. The Mongol tribes, once divided and weak, became one strong nation. In 1206, at a great gathering of Mongol leaders, Temujin was declared Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the Mongol army became unstoppable. His warriors were fast, disciplined, and deeply loyal. They could ride for days without rest, surviving on dried meat and horse milk. They used smart tactics, fake retreats, and sudden attacks. Genghis Khan valued intelligence more than strength. He used spies, maps, and psychological warfare. His enemies often surrendered before the battle even began. By the year 1215, Genghis Khan had already conquered most of northern China. He defeated the powerful Jin dynasty. Then he turned west, conquering Central Asia, Persia, and parts of modern-day Russia. His empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea. It was the largest land empire ever created. But what made him truly special was not just his power, but his vision. Genghis Khan believed in freedom of religion. He respected scholars, doctors, and messengers. He built safe trade routes, allowing goods and knowledge to travel from east to west. The famous Silk Road became peaceful under his rule. He once said, "A leader can't be happy while his people suffer." Even though he was a fierce warrior, he hated unnecessary bloodshed. He believed wars should end quickly, not through cruelty, but through intelligence. He used fear as a weapon, but order as his goal. As Genghis Khan's power grew, so did his responsibility. He knew that conquering lands was easy, but keeping them united was the real challenge. He built a system of governance where every region had order, justice, and communication. Messengers carried news across his empire faster than any other nation of that time. He made a law that protected women and children, punished corruption, and valued loyalty above all. In battle, Genghis Khan was known for his unmatched strategy. His army moved like the wind. Each soldier carried multiple horses, so they never got tired. They used bows that could shoot arrows farther than any other weapon. His generals were not chosen because of family, but because of skill. Men who once were slaves could rise to the highest rank under his leadership. This made every warrior fight with heart because he believed he could earn greatness. When he attacked the great city of Samarkand, people thought it was impossible to win. The city had strong walls and thousands of defenders. But Genghis Khan used his intelligence. He cut their water supply, spread fear, and made them surrender without a long war. He always said, "The greatest victory is the one won without blood." His empire continued to expand. He sent armies into Persia, Georgia, and Russia. Each victory brought more people under his rule, and yet he allowed them to keep their religions and cultures. He believed that peace could exist only when people respected differences. Under his rule, trade between East and West flourished like never before. Chinese silk, Persian art, Indian spices, and Arab science traveled safely through the Mongol roads. Despite his power, Genghis Khan remained simple. He lived in a felt tent, ate with his soldiers, and shared their hardships. He believed that a true leader must never be above his people. His humility earned him deep respect. His warriors followed him not out of fear, but out of love and admiration. But even the greatest men must face their final day. In 1227, during a campaign against the Shisha kingdom, Genghis Khan fell ill. Some say he was injured in battle, others say he died from sickness. The true reason remains a mystery. Before his death, he gave one last command. His burial place must remain secret. His loyal soldiers carried his body back to Mongolia. No one knows where he was buried because his tomb was hidden forever, just as he wished. After his death, his empire continued to grow under his sons and grandsons. It became the largest continuous land empire in the history of the world, stretching from Korea to Eastern Europe. Even centuries later, the name Genghis Khan still echoes through history, both feared and respected. He was not a saint nor a monster. He was a man shaped by hardship, intelligence, and destiny. He destroyed kingdoms, but he also built order where chaos ruled. He caused fear, but he also brought connection between nations that had never met before. Historians estimate that his empire covered more than 24 million square kilometers. His leadership changed the world's map, its trade, and its culture. Many of the systems he created, like postal routes, legal codes, and military structure, influenced future empires. But what can we learn from Genghis Khan? His life teaches us that greatness can rise from nothing. A boy who was abandoned, betrayed, and almost killed became one of the most powerful men in human history. He did not let pain define him. He turned it into strength. He believed in discipline, courage, and unity. He proved that no dream is too big if you dare to chase it. Centuries have passed, yet the spirit of Genghis Khan still lives in the wind of Mongolia's steppes. His story reminds us that even from the hardest soil, the strongest trees can grow. It is a story of courage, pain, vision, and destiny, the story of a boy who became the ruler of the world. Centuries have passed, yet his spirit still rides through the winds of Mongolia. Genghis Khan's name became a symbol of power, unity, and unbreakable will. He proved that even a boy with nothing can build an empire that lasts forever. Remember, greatness is not given, it's earned through courage, vision, and the strength to rise again. If you believe that one person can change history, then you're in the right place. Subscribe, stay inspired, and never forget your story might be the next one to change the world.